Okay, so now that we have an introduction to archetypes underway, we have that foundation established. Let's talk a little bit today about what they are and how they relate to demonology. And to start us off here, we have a wonderful question from Seek Serve Truth, who that asks the difference between stereotypes and archetypes, and that some people might be confused between the two, and that's an understandable confusion because one is actually the accident of the other. So for our purposes, at least as far as ontology is concerned, looking at the metaphysics only, we could say that archetypes are forces of primal cosmic energy that pre-exist us. Okay, they're built into the structure of our psyche. It's what forms the psyche into what the psyche is going to become. Each individual representation of it has a different ratio of archetypes, countless archetypes that make up that person, and we see that as the person's identity. Stereotypes are an accident of this, caused by the flaw in our conscious awareness, because our consciousness is not perfect, and every religion's recognized this. This is what the theology of the fall of man really is talking about with the Adam and Eve story, and every religion is trying to get back to some super ideal that is seemingly beyond our capabilities, because life is flawed, and we recognize this, and we also understand perfection, even though we have never achieved it. That perfection is the archetypes. These are perfect idealizations of human experience, even though we are combinations of these things and we represent them flawed. So a stereotype is when we look at the various archetypal patterns within a person's psyche and try to form some kind of similarity between those patterns and other people that share those patterns. This is where we get into the dangerous area of racial stereotyping, or even gender stereotyping. These things exist because we are sort of built with the DNA, in our DNA, to have a survival instinct to find similarities. This is where pareidolia comes from, incidentally. But what we're looking for is actually things that are similar are safe, things that are dissimilar are not safe. It's a survival instinct, but it causes problems once you reach a certain level of social sophistication. With an intelligent species, that's inevitably going to happen. But everything in the universe is symbolic, and the brain takes that data and reinterprets it into something that is a story-driven narrative that we all follow. Some of it we share, some of it is individual to us. This is the archetypes doing that, okay? It's all ones and zeros. Just like a computer, when you play a video game, play Mario Brothers, you're not playing with ones and zeros, you're playing with a symbolic representation of those ones and zeros. In the universe, we call that yin and yang.